turkey.
Yeah, but you fly on Turkish hairlines. I think
very
they call
nice.
it.
I've done it
because you see all these guys coming back, and the back of their heads have little dots where they've apparently inserted hair. That might be fun, or maybe not.
Or
Welcome
not.
to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Texans defense dominates, Joe Mazzulla reiterates, and Jeff Saturday conversates for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with Mike Tomlin stepping down as head coach of the Steelers following last night's playoff loss to the Texans. Tomlin has led the team for 19 years without a losing season, but the Super Bowl winner has dropped his last 7 playoff games, and the team hasn't won in the postseason in 9 years. Wilbon, Tomlin is just 53. Where do you see him and the Steelers going from here?
I don't see him going with the Steelers anywhere since he has stepped down. The Steelers will go and do what they haven't had to do very often in their history, which is go and select a coach. Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, it doesn't happen very often. So they'll do that. I'm sure they've had their eyes on a short string of candidates for weeks. Because, Tony, going back to when there were the boos, when Mike Tomlin was booed and people suggested fans in Pittsburgh that he'd be fired, I remember thinking then, Mike Tomlin needs this? Really? He needs this. I know he makes a lot of money. He's making whatever in the teens of millions of dollars, somewhere between $13, $16 million. He can make more than that in TV. That's where I expect him to go. I told you weeks ago, Mike Tomlin can reset television as a form of entertainment, football as a form of entertainment on television in a way that no one has since John Madden. And that may be new ways we don't know about. It may be one of the existing ways with an existing network or platform. I don't know. I'm not a television executive. But Mike Tomlin, who you have loved to hear talk and talk to for 20 years, Mike Tomlin would be great at that.
Yeah.
Why does he need coaching? It's been forever. He's going to make more than $20 million no matter what he does without the stress. Yeah. I don't see him coaching next year. I don't.
Okay, so let me take a few things at a time. There was a very interesting name being mentioned on the internet as the next coach of the Steelers, and that's Curt Cignetti.
Yeah,
Curt Cignetti would be very interesting. I think he's from that area.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that one out there. It's somebody else's idea. Look, last night after that game, it would have been fair to say in any discussion, did we just see the last of Aaron Rodgers and we just see the last of Mike Tomlin?
Yeah.
In Aaron Rodgers' case, he looked old. He looked sort of creaky, and he's he's got physical demands that at a certain point he can't do anymore. Mike Tomlin's only 53 years old.
Right.
A lot of guys coaching in the league older than him. Sean Payton's older than Mike Tomlin, for example. I don't know if he wants to coach again. John Harbaugh wants to coach again, wants to coach right away. Maybe Mike Tomlin does as well. If Atlanta looks good for John Harbaugh, it looks just as good for Mike Tomlin. So one of the things that we don't know. TV is fine to mention. I don't know if he wants to do television. Nobody really knows what he wants to do. I think the questions that are out there are essentially, well, everybody wonders, did he jump or was he pushed? That's not what the Rooneys do.
He jumped.
The Rooneys don't do that as a rule.
They don't.
I always thought that if he was going to leave, that would be one of those things. It's a cliche, mutually agreed upon. But I believe the respect was such between Tomlin and the Rooneys that it would have been mutually agreed upon.
Yeah.
The bell rang. I'm just going to say that I always thought he was a great coach. I'm confident he's a Hall of Fame coach, but it is true. And I would never have joined that group chanting Fire Tomlin.
No, that's stupid.
But it is undeniably true that the playoffs have been terrible for him lately.
And
terrible.
Tony, even if they hadn't been enough, how long is enough? 19 years of that kind of stress in today's NFL.
Yeah.
This isn't George Halas's NFL. And George Halas, by the way, broke his 40 years of coaching up into 4 groups of 10 years. He didn't even try to go 19.
Mike,
it's a long time.
You're sitting in the same seat for 25 years.
I took a
What's
break.
long to one is not long to somebody else. I mean, I do expect him to coach again. I think that's in his blood.
You expected Cowher to coach again, too. And I ran into Bill Cowher down the street from this studio one day, and he said, do me a favor. Tell Tony I'm never coming back.
Okay, but others do.
I'm just saying.
Others do come back.
Just saying. You missed that break I took, that 4-year break, got me through the next, 4.5. You don't remember that?
No, you're 25. 25.
We move now
Same chair.
to last night's final wild card game. that 30-6 drubbing of the Steelers by visiting Houston. This wasn't much of a game. Houston had 3 turnovers, an interception, and 2 fumbles by C.J. Stroud, and still the Steelers couldn't score a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers had 2 turnovers that gave Houston 14, including possibly ending his career on a pick 6. Tom, what did you make of what you saw?
Well, I believe I had that right. I believe I said to you that Houston was going to win that game, and they were going to win the game comfortably because the Pittsburgh Steelers really don't have much of an offense, and they haven't had much of an offense since Ben Roethlisberger.
No,
they really haven't. They don't have a quarterback. They tried Kenny Pickett, and they tried Mason Rudolph, and they tried Justin Fields, and they tried Russell Wilson, and now they're trying Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers last night, if I have this right, threw the ball 33 times for a total of 146 yards. That's just not enough. You know, he was sacked 4 times, intercepted once, fumbled once. The entire Steelers offense had 175 yards. You can't win with that. Houston has a very good defense. We are aware of that. They're a very solid team. They have won 10 games in a row. And C.J. Stroud did basically nothing less. I didn't need him. They didn't need him because they were that dominant. So, I look at this. Where do they go next? They go to New England, I believe. I think that's a winnable game for them, but Drake May is a lot better running with the ball than Aaron Rodgers is.
Well, at this stage, he's a lot better than a lot of things. Look at Aaron Rodgers is going to wear a gold jacket in 5 years, unless he decides to play some more. He's been one of the greats to ever do this. But time's up. It's okay. It's okay. It's no indictment of Aaron Rodgers' greatness doesn't need to be questioned. Then you can't take it back. He won a Super Bowl. I'm surprised the Packers didn't get to more of them while he was playing. But you looked at that last night, Tone, and that was one of those deals where it looked like an old Muhammad Ali climbing into the ring against like Trevor Burbick, and he was going to get a beat down, and that's that. All right, so that's what we saw. And who was I going to mention? I was going to mention Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. My God, they put it on you. And Pittsburgh had no answer for them. They weren't going to have an answer for them. And the question is, will the Patriots in an offensive line, which is sort of vulnerable, have an answer for them? The Houston Texans, I don't know if they have enough offense to go much further, but they got enough defense to hurt you.
At the beginning of the year, if someone suggested to you that in the same division, both Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh would be out at the end of the year, they had been in that division for nearly 20 years. If both were out, you would have said what? I would have said no way.
You know, Tony,
no way.
I would have said no way, but then you think about the 18 and 19 years respectively. I'm not kidding about that. This NFL, this is not, John Madden only coached, 11 years? 10 years? 18 and 19 is a long, long time.
Andy Reid's out there a long time. Bill Belichick was there a long time. Let's move to the NBA and a soundbite from Boston Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla last night. Mazzulla was apparently miffed that the officials did not call an illegal screen on Indiana's Pascal Siakam just before the Pacers' winning basket by Siakam. After the game, Mazzulla had this interesting monologue.
Joe, give yourself the chance to win, I guess. Take us through the last couple sessions.
Illegal screen.
What did you say?
Illegal screen.
Illegal screen.
Illegal screen.
What fell apart to get you guys behind, and then how were you able to get behind?
Illegal screen.
What do you want people to do?
Illegal screen.
Would you like to else?
Illegal screen.
Illegal screen. Wilbon, are you okay with how Joe Mazzulla handled the post-game press conference?
I told our producers this afternoon when I came in and we were talking about this, because it's a story. There's no question about it. I don't know that I would have dignified this with even showing the clip. Because if Joe Mazzulla doesn't have the stones to go after the officials, go after them in full sentences. Because your player, Jaylen Brown, who I have the ultimate respect for, I love Jaylen Brown, he did it. He's a player. He did it. The coach can't do it. Illegal screen. Really? You're not Rasheed Wallace. It wasn't funny. It had an agenda. Rasheed did not have an agenda. This had an agenda. This just irritates me, and it seems soft.
Just to fill in the blanks for people, Rasheed Wallace is famous for saying both teams played hard, man. Both teams
Makes
played
you
hard.
smile even now, doesn't it?
Yeah, Missoula fixated on illegal screen. I understand that.
Yeah.
After a while, when you say it 10 times, it sounds like you're doing a Saturday Night Live skit. I imagine it's an 82-game season. Everybody's going to be past this by Friday, but I can see Missoula today talking to people and saying illegal screen, and he will keep doing it until Brad Stevens pulls him aside and says, okay, let it go. I will say this, Mike, in the games that I watch, and this is an ongoing thing, there's a lot of things that are not called. Players travel, players charge, players bump. Nobody draws an offensive foul anymore. Nothing is called. And I think it's because the referees look at these players. The game is played so fast and the players are so athletically gifted that they pretty much just let them play. But I think he ought to lean into it. Missoula ought to get a sweater made that says illegal screen.
Well, by the way, the league has absolved him by saying it was an illegal screen.
That's right.
But so his players have never set an illegal screen? This is the first illegal screen in the damn history of professional basketball?
Nobody should try to get a patent on it like Pat Riley did with three-peat. Let's take a break. Coming up, we will get back into Mike Tomlin's decision to step down with Jeff Saturday.
And we'll ask him about the Eagles' big change at OC. Come on. You stand out there.
We've got some football questions for our great friend ESPN NFL analyst Jeff Saturday. We will start with the news of the day. You played against Mike Tomlin's Steelers. You coached against Mike Tomlin's Steelers. What are your thoughts on his decision to step down?
Oh, first of all, Mike Tomlin is a Hall of Fame, and I could not respect a coach probably more than I respect him. The way that he's carried himself, the way that he's really been the face, honestly, of the Steelers since we got good in Indianapolis. I mean, you look at him and what he was and the battles that we all had, the defenses that he built with Roethlisberger and the triple Bs or whatever it was. Like you watched all these different phases and all the different comments he makes to the press. Everything he said, you hung on every word. He's just that kind of guy. He's got that kind of personality. And I'm going to miss seeing him in that way. I think he's a heck of a head coach. I hope he goes back and does it somewhere else. I'm not sure if that'll be this year or in the future, but I know this. Everybody who lined up under Mike T appreciated him. They loved the way he did it and the way he went about his business. And we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him being a Steelers head coach, but just in the NFL as a whole, because he's that good a one.
In slightly less urgent news, Jeff, as you know, the Eagles today dumped offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. What primarily looked wrong with the Eagles offense to you? And they change offensive coordinators like every week.
Every year.
How fixable is what is wrong with them?
Well, it's very fixable. They are loaded with talent. So they got two really good receivers. They got a great tight end. They got a great back. They got a quarterback who's won championships and has played at elite levels. And so they got a great defense or an elite defense. So all the pieces and parts are there. I think from the Patullo side of it is they never found consistency and they never found their identity. And I think where I would say that, midway through the year, remember it was all the A.J. Brown and I needed more touches and I need to be a larger part. And they tried to make that happen. He was the most targeted receiver for like 3 games, but they lost all 3 games. They went back. They just never really found their flow. And then I'll be honest, this last game, this is not really on Patullo. I get it. Was it a thing of beauty? Was it a masterpiece? No, but they got the ball, and they got guys dropping the ball, 3 or 4 different drops on 3rd down. They got the Devontae Smith drop in the 10-yard line. You got 1st and 10 from the 20 with 1:28. The Eagles usually win those games, and unfortunately they did not. And so I think ultimately there's got to be a scapegoat. Patullo takes that rap this year, and they're going to move on to somebody else and be back right in the fray of the Super Bowl next year.
During the Jacksonville-Buffalo game, when Josh Allen is involved in about a 10-yard tush push, you were the person I immediately thought of. What does Saturday think about this? And now we have the chance to ask you, because I know Greeny lost his mind. I'm trying to dismiss that. Jeff,
Oh.
is this good? Is this not good for football? What were your thoughts?
Oh, I freaking love it, baby. Pick them up and tote that dude. Do it. Run over, dominate the humans in front of you. Run over them. I absolutely love it. Listen, I can't stand the whole we hate the tush push. We're this. It drives me nuts. No one could do it as well as Philly. Now all of a sudden Buffalo does it. They pick their guy up, a 240-plus pound quarterback who's a massive human being with a cape on and runs him all the way. I love it. I'm here for it until it can be stopped. I love it. I'm all about it. That's physicality at its best. It's pretty much what football was based on, Mike. Everybody thinks it was a 7-on-7 now.
No.
They want to throw it all over the yard. When you can take that dude in front of you and drive him 8 yards and dump him on his back, good on you, bro. That's how football should be played.
There we have it. There we
We
have
will
it.
get you out of here on this. It's a survey question of sorts. Which of the wild card winners, I guess there are 6 of them, which of the wild card winners impressed you the most?
Oh, the Bills. Going against one of the hottest teams in Jacksonville and going down to Jacksonville and finding a way to win, right? I mean, I think that is, it was an electric win. Josh Allen, again, 4 different times. I think the dude's going to be out of the game. I mean, he's taking shots and concussion protocol, all of it, man. And they keep fighting through it. It just shows you the toughness of the team. I absolutely love that game. And in Jacksonville, what Liam Cohen's done with them, man, tip of the cap. They were playing fantastic ball. For them to go down there and get that win, that was special. Again, everybody talks about Josh Allen's best opportunity to win a Super Bowl because certain people aren't in it. His team ain't as good as they were either. And so he's having to do more with less, and he's doing it. And those other guys, give them credit, man. They responded, and they make plays, and they made enough plays to find a way to beat Jacksonville. That was my favorite of the week.
All right, thank you, Jeff. As always, a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you much.
Appreciate y'all. Have a great one.
Let's take one last break. Still to come, the PGA Tour's new returning member program seems to exclude